Welcome, everybody. If we have not met, my name is Steve Goranson with Action Coach Business Coaching. I've owned and operated a local Jacksonville office since 2004, excuse me. And if you're not familiar with Action Coach is actually the world's largest coaching organization with over 1,000 offices, 70 different countries around the world. We're catching up to McDonald's there. And collectively, we actually coach over 15,000 different businesses each week. And you see, one of the things that I love most about helping others or in life is really helping others. So, it's my passion for goal setting, organization, building engaged teams, just supporting business owners. My passion is to get business owners to work smarter, not harder, and really to get their businesses working harder so they can enjoy more life. That's really what it's all about. So I would really quickly like to maybe share with you before we get started, is why I became a business coach. And I really didn't understand my why until after my father had passed away, and I've sort of been in and started my business. This was after a couple of years of getting it going. You see, my dad was a Korean War vet, came home, met my mom, got married, started to make a living, right? Starting to build the American dream. Then he got it really good, as far as I remember. When I was about 6 years old, he got a job as a finance manager, as a department store furniture department in Chicago on the famous Maxwell Street down on the south side of Chicago. See, he had a passion, and he really couldn't sit behind a desk. It was driving him crazy. He couldn't do that all day long. And so really, to make a long story short, he decided to follow his passion. He started his own business, and he was really good at what he did. But frankly, as I sit down and look back, I think he really sucked at as being a business owner. He knew what he had to do or how to do the work of the business, but no one really ever taught him. He didn't have the education to be a business owner. And eventually, the sad thing is he lost his business. We lost the home that I grew up with, and I really didn't find all this out until it was a week before he had passed away a few years back. And we started talking about how right now I'm helping business owners, how to get them to work smarter, not harder, and to have more life. And he started sharing with me some of the challenges that he had as a business owner. And then after he passed away, it just sort of hit me that if I would have been there, or if someone like me would have been there to help out my dad and help him and guide him in growing his business and to be a mentor for him, his life would have been so much easier. My mom, my sisters, my life would have been so much easier. We wouldn't have lost the house that I grew up in. And it's really hard every time I go back to Chicago and I drive by that house, and it really hurts me that that's not my house anymore. But you see, I find the business world fascinating, and which is how I think I really landed in this career. And today I'm really excited to share all the different possible ways that people like me can team up with people like you and create fantastic results in their business. So with your permission, I'd like to see if we can get started here. So let's go ahead and take a look at, sorry about that, I'm having some difficulty here. So why business coaching? You see, as an entrepreneur, our day-to-day decisions and responsibilities rest solely on your shoulders. For many business owners, this can be a daunting thought. You'll often have ideas that you like to implement, but may lack a vision or ability or just the time to be able to execute it with confidence. So during this class, what I'm going to do, and during the short time that we have together, I'm going to cover some of the following areas that a business coach can help you grow your business. So it begins with developing your vision and getting you have clarity of where you're going, how to build confidence with yourself that you could actually do this. How do we set goals? How do we implement those goals? Accountability, motivation and inspiration, or coaching and mentorship. What's sort of the difference? Or how do we overcome those obstacles that will come in our way and block us from reaching our goals? And then when that happens, how do we effectively change the plan instead of sort of getting stuck in a rut and doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results? And we know what that really does. That's the definition of insanity. So sometimes when we're heading in the wrong direction, we don't need motivation. We just need education to turn us around. So let's take a look at, I think this is one of my most favorite coaching quotes from Tom Landry. A coach is someone who tells you what you don't want to hear, or don't want to, a coach is someone who tells you what you don't want to hear, who has you see what you don't want to see, so you can be who you always knew you can be. So who do you need to be to do those things necessary to have the things that you want? So when you're finding yourself feeling frustrated, uncertain, anxious about the future, that's where a business coach can quickly come and be a trusted advisor, a friend to you and your growing business. So as your business coach, I want to help you build your confidence as a business professional. Well, some people believe that confidence is something you're born with. The truth is that confidence is like a muscle you have to constantly work. And you need sometimes outside support. If you're at all professional championship athletes have a coach to help them focus on the things that they need to do to get better. So as a business coach, I can help you with a variety of following things: is helping you to create an effective structure for your business, a structure that's designed for growth. And that sort of sometimes is the biggest bottleneck, is we don't understand how the structure that we have created in our business is actually limiting our growth. I'm going to help you believe in yourself and your ability to build and sustain your business, your dream. Reinforce efficient decision making, help you make better decisions by asking you better questions. Encourage action and forward momentum, help you to overcome those obstacles that will come and stop us from moving ahead. Or sometimes it's just reminding you why you got started in the first place. You see, the foundation of business coaching is identifying and developing your vision of your business. I can't create that. It's what's stuck in your head. So if you don't know where you want to go, it's hard to plan how you're going to get there. So as a business coach, I help people craft their vision statements for their business. And I'm not telling you what your vision should be, but I'm asking you questions to help you clarify what that vision is. Your vision statement then becomes your navigational beacon. And it should answer some of these questions like, why do you want to build this business? Who do you want to serve? What are you going after? What does your ideal business look like? Or even, this is an important question, is what will it look like? What will your business look like when you're done? So your vision statement helps you to define where you want to go. Where do you see your business in 2 to 5 or 10 years or 20 years down the road? How do you determine what makes your business a success? So all of these questions are really critical in getting your business off the ground and moving in the right direction. And the answers contribute to the sustainability of this project of building your business. Hope that makes sense. So one of the first steps is setting goals for your business. One of the first things we need to do is really, before we do that, we need to create a mission statement. Your mission statement is really defines the purpose of your business, helps you create that roadmap as you move forward. So as a business coach, a big part of my job is helping my clients create that mission statement, and for the business, it's the goals you establish in your mission statement that helps businesses' internal functions run more smoothly from day to day, and to also help define key measures of business success. See, our vision statement tells us where we want to go and why are we going there. Our mission statement tells us how we are going to get there. So what mission are we on, and what are the ways that we're going to do that? So, you know, the goal setting is really is a catalyst to movement and momentum in the business. As Einstein would say, is nothing happens until something moves. Goals are measurable and define how you want to serve your market and the steps that you need to take to do so. A coach is going to really help you get those dreams out of your head onto paper and create a clear deadline. Because you see a difference between a dream and a goal is a goal has a deadline. Dreams are just out there. So now when we have our goals, the next step is, what do we do with those? How do we get started? So you can't turn your goals into success without action. I guess maybe that's why my company is called Action Coach, and not Think About It Coach, right? So goal implementation is a necessary second step in goal setting. So a business coach, as your business coach, I'm going to help you implement your goals by helping you create a strategic tactical plan to grow your business. And this plan is a roadmap for how you're going to accomplish your goals. So what does this plan sort of really set out to do? So a strategic plan is going to help you to understand the necessary action or actions that have to be taken to achieve that goal. You know, the people or the resources that you will need to complete that goal. What are the responsibilities of each individual involved in doing that goal, or achieving that goal, or implementing that goal? The systems, what are the systems necessary to help you efficiently and effectively carry out your goal to completion? And those are the things that we need to step back, and we don't really always think about. We just jump in and start doing, and we're doing and we're doing and we're doing until we get stuck and say, okay, what's the problem? But if we start out with a set plan, we now have a step-by-step approach, and we know what we need to be doing next. And sometimes we need accountability and motivation. So as a business coach, I see many business owners struggle with meeting their goals. You know, as a client one told me, he starts chasing squirrels. It's like he's focused on his goal, and it's like, oh, this idea, and he's got this idea, and he's running all over the place like a dog chasing a squirrel. So two of the most common reasons for this struggle is the lack of accountability and lack of motivation, a lack of focus. So as a business coach, this is where my skills shine. You know, the questions that I might ask you hold you accountable, and some of them might be, you know, when did you decide chasing those squirrels were more important than the goal that you set? We sometimes just don't think about it. Or, you know, when will you schedule a call or meeting that person? What's that next step that you need to do? You know, who else can support you in achieving this goal? If we're stuck, maybe you can delegate some of those tasks to someone else. Or what do you need to really, sometimes it's just, what's the next step? What do we need to do over the next week to move you forward to completing your goal? And sometimes when we're so inundated with everything and we're up to our needs in muck of running the business, we don't have the clarity to ask ourselves or to stop back and to think of those questions. So the next thing that we need to sort of think about is, as a business coach, my role is to help you accomplish each step necessary to achieve those goals by holding you accountable for the work required to make that happen. I meet with my clients, weekly or biweekly, and they're coming to me and they're sharing with me what they accomplish. As a business owner, there's really, usually you're the guy at the top. There's no one there. There's no board of directors that you have to be accountable to. So I help you to keep your eye on the prize and remember why. Why are we going through all of this? Remind you why accomplishing your goals is vital to your business and your personal growth, and to help you to achieve that big goal that you've set for yourself. Sometimes I'm just your sounding board, there to be your sounding board for challenges or frustrations, and most of all, a source of motivation when you need it to get you back on track. It's hard to stay motivated when you feel like you're building your business all alone. There's no one there to support, and so it's important to have someone that you can really celebrate your wins, big or small, or just to throw ideas by it and just get things sometimes off your chest if you have to do it. And so, much like accountability and motivation, inspiration can often be hard to find in your business. So as a business coach, I'm familiar with your business and others like it. I understand your frustrations. I've seen what works, what might not, and providing business and personal inspiration to business owners is an essential part of what I offer as part of the coaching process. But it's really designed, it's by helping you stay focused and in that clarity of where you are going. My goal is to help you ignite your passion, to keep that fire burning, because I know that inspiration is a powerful influence on that behavior and outcome. I keep reminding you of why you decided to go on this journey in the first place. Sometimes the analogy I sometimes tell people is, as a business coach, I'm the bright lights on that dark road to help you see a little bit further ahead so you know where you're going. So I'm going to help you to focus those on the desired outcomes and not the obstacles, because it's so many times those obstacles are the things that hold us back. So before you can succeed, you have to first believe in your ability to get where you want to go. So I'm going to inspire you to believe not only in your ideas but also in yourself. As I said before, who do you need to be to do those things, to have the things you necessarily want? I'm going to equip you with resources, ongoing support that will help you feel inspired by learning new ideas and approaches to moving your business forward so you don't feel stuck. So think about this. When you set a big goal for yourself, a lot of times people start laughing at that and says, that's a dream. You're never going to achieve that, because that goal is bigger than yourself. And the reason they're laughing at you is because they see the person that you are now, not the person that you will become to achieve those goals. See, as your coach sees and helps you become that person you need to be to reach those big goals. And that's it's an important thing to keep you moving. So as a coach, it's not necessarily my job to tell you what to do next. Instead, I work with you to create your plan and to be sure that you understand your why behind that reason. So additionally, while providing support and encouragement, it's a big part of what I offer as a business coach, but helping you identify your business and those personal blind spots is also really a key of what I do, is working with you to identify maybe what your weakness as an individual or a business owner that sometimes is going to allow you to tackle difficult situations in your work or even in your home life, and things that are holding you back to be able to achieve the things that you want. Because as a saying once says, a prisoner can't release himself. He doesn't see what he needs to see to be able to move forward. So coaching is the process of imparting knowledge and skills to another. Coaching in all walks of life, whether it's business coaching or life coaching, is there to cheer you on, support your goals, and help you determine your path that you need to take. And most importantly, it's your path. So the most important part of what I do is becoming your business mentor. It's about helping you develop your talents strategically. So I mentor my clients by encouraging them to develop skills that will maximize their business potential, helping them to focus on what do they need to learn now to be able to move towards their goal, helping them to develop those skills that will improve performance as a business owner and be able to also coach those to their team, helping them to expand resources and networks, or just really creating a safe environment for exploring ideas and options and risk taking. So the exact role of mentorship is different with each client, but the foundation of mentorship is supporting business planning in action. So as an action coach, our definition of a successful business is a commercial, profitable enterprise that works without you, the business owner. Because if it can't work without you, it's broken. And we have a 6-step coaching process that's customized to every business owner, every business, that will help you move through those steps to create that commercial, profitable enterprise that works without you. And part of what we're doing in there is we're going to help, because as you go through this process, you're going to have obstacles. Because we have to, it's not just us that we're dealing with, we have all these other people. And that's why the biggest frustration that business owners have as they're growing their business is managing their team, because sometimes they just say, hey, you know what, let me get rid of all these people that are causing all these problems, and let me just go back and doing it myself. I was much happier, and so on and so forth. But these obstacles are there to help us grow. And you know, somewhere along the way, we just need to know that whether it's big or small, there's going to be a barrier will fall in your path to growth and success. The question is how you handle it. You know, we all focus on the outcome of what we want, but there's always this event that's going to happen that's going to take us off track. And it's how we respond to that obstacle is going to help us lead us to that success. So as I mentioned, as a coach, I'm going to help you stay focused on your intended outcome and not the obstacle or that squirrel that's taking you off in another direction than you want to be doing right now. Hope that makes sense to you. So also another thing in my experience is a lot of times, and I might have touched on it a little bit earlier, is we're too close to the problem. You know, when we're too close to the problem, it can quickly feel very overwhelming or impossible to overcome. So as a business coach, I'm that subjective observer who can take a critical look of what has happened and how or why it happened and what it will help you to move to what you need to do to move forward, giving you that perspective. So more often or not, people let their reactive feelings get the best of them. But a reaction is an immediate action that only considers the present time. It doesn't, you don't really are looking at what are the future consequences. You know, so responses requires an evaluation of the impact of the decisions, you know, its implication over your goals, the progress, accounts for any changes that need to be made to get you back on track. And I can help remind you of all of that. So an example, I had a client that had one key team member that was really frustrating him. And it was like a couple of little pet peeves that just really were just over the years was just building up, and he was just really ready to fire him that day. And so he called me up and he started talking to me about it. And I just asked him a simple question, is if you fire him today, who's going to take over those responsibilities, those day-to-day responsibilities of what he's doing now? Are you totally clear on all those things that he does, those little things that he does, that is keeping your business going and profitable? And really what it came back to, it was all going to fall back on him. He was going to have to be working more hours, and it was going to. So we decided to do a two-long approach that sort of seemed to make sense. First, he was going to sort of sit down and evaluate, what is this person, what does he do really well? What are the things that he's having problems with? Can we coach him to get better at those things? Or maybe, what can we do to just focus him, and he's the area that he shines, and maybe we just give him just that responsibility, and we start hiring someone else to handle those other responsibilities that he is, where his strengths are not at. So now we have a two-pronged approach. Is we're looking to help that individual and coach that individual, but at the same time, we're now looking for his replacement. And because we might not find anybody that is better than this person, sometimes we hire in and bring somebody that's worse. Does that make sense? And that's a scary thought too. So what it really says is sometimes our best plans need to be changed. And I always tell my clients is, as soon as we get done with the plan, there's one thing that I could tell them wrong with the plan. The plan is wrong. Why? Because things happen. All right, this is our idea. Ideally, if everything takes place, this is where we want to know. So, and when you're and plans need to get changed. So, but when you're in the day-to-day trenches, it becomes challenging to see that big picture. So as a business coach, again, I'm helping you step back, take that objective view of the problem, and when necessary, help you change and tweak the plan as you go. So when I'm working with my clients, I work in sort of 90-day segments. And at the end of the 90 days, we start stepping back and evaluating what's working, what's not working. Is there anything new that I need to start? This gives us the opportunity to evaluate our progress objectively. And a lot of times it's hard for my clients, it's hard for them to look back and even find what were their really wins because they're so inundated in it. But when they sit back and they look, it's like, oh, wow, we actually did achieve a lot. We didn't maybe achieve everything we wanted, but we made some really good progress over these last 90 days. So really when it comes down to, whoops, sorry about that, is, you know, we could rarely, can we change just one thing without impacting our goal or the steps that are further down the line. With a broader view of your business and your business goals, I'm going to help you be able to navigate your options and help you explore options with you to help you to determine what's your next best course of action. And I do this by asking you powerful questions to help you think about your business differently than you would have to on your own. So together we can identify and then adjust those short and long-term goals that will change in plans and how they'll be impacted. So went through a lot of information pretty quickly, but I really thank you for joining me here and allowing me to share really what the value of business coaching is all about, what I am so passionate about as a business coach. And it's really been a pleasure for me to share with you just this snapshot of some of the many benefits that a business coach has to offer you. You know, and it means a lot to be able to share this information with you. And please don't hesitate to, if you have any questions, to reach out to me. And please feel free to reach out with me if you have any questions. You could reach me on my phone number's right there, or through my website. And then also too, is if you want to discover the power of coaching, is like I always offer a free strategy session for us to sit down and look at where your business is now, where it wants to go, what are some of the obstacles, and what are the ways that coaching can help you to take it to the next level, help you take your business to the next level. So I hope this was helpful for you, and I really appreciate the time, and I wish you to be able to create a successful and abundant business. Have a great day.